Hey everyone, I hope you're having an outstanding day. I want to do a little quick kind of an overview, just a teaser, if you will, of what's going to be happening on the workshop, the little seminar that I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. So let me see if I get this set up real quick. Share screen. Here we go. It's about questions, right? And the things that I keep getting asked over and over and over again is, what do I do? How do I get started? So I wanted to spend some time with you. Hey, how are you? And just chat with you a little bit about what we're going to be talking about here. So, questions to grow. Answers slow your business. See, if we have to keep answering all of the questions our prospects are asking, now wait a second, before you go jumping off a cliff and go, wait a minute, Sean, that's what our job is to answer questions. Yeah, but we're not Google. We should be answering questions they don't know the answer to. We should be answering questions that they've never asked, meaning, how do I do more? How do I have more? How do I become more? See, those aren't the questions we normally get. Those weren't the questions that I got when I was prospecting. I would get things like, why does it cost so much? Or what's the ingredient deck? So here's what this is not. What I'm going to share with you over the course of the 40 minutes, it is not, hey, go talk to more people. Let me show you how to talk to more people. It's not going to be about that. It's not going to be talk to better people. You need to raise the quality of the individuals you're talking to. No, you got to be able to chat with everybody. You got to be able to communicate with everyone that's out there. And then it's not about explaining the plan better. It's not about you got to know the compensation plan. You need to know the products, right? You need to know the website address. But it's not becoming a master of it, because whatever you do, right, duplication, whatever you become, they feel they're going to have to become as well. It's not about using scripts. I can't tell you how many times in the last 15 years people have said to me, Sean, could you have a book? Do you have this written down in a script? I've got a handbook that I give to my clients that's about 500 questions that they can learn and use and understand and have in their mind, because the challenge is a lot of times we've never even asked some of these questions. We didn't know what questions to ask. Well, the questions are dynamic. They happen based upon who you're talking to, when you're talking to them, where they are in their life. There's all of these things. We're going to chat about that on the conversation. Who's this for? It's for the professional salesperson. Oh, well, I don't want to sell. You just sold me on that, right? You just tried to sell me on the fact that, oh, I don't like selling. My dad said this: a professional salesperson is somebody who provides the best value to the person they're talking to. Now, if that was the criteria, do you want to be a professional or do you want to be an amateur? The reason you're having problems is because you're treating your conversations in an amateur nature. I'm just saying, this is for coaches. This is for people who have teams. This is for people who want to go out and get more clients to coach. This is about product sales, right? How do we switch their buying? How do we get them to consume something they've not done before? How do we up the level of consumption that they're doing? How do we get them to move to the next level of product? We're going to talk about that. It's for the cold market. And really what happens is when you learn the power of questions, how many of us have ever sat down next to somebody and they instantly fell in love with you and they instantly told you everything about them in their life? We're going to talk about that. It's about friends and family. How do we have conversations so that we don't feel uncomfortable? If I could just help you with that one thing alone, do you think that'd make a difference for you? It might. And it's for network marketers, right? It's for people who are looking to build their community, right? So it doesn't matter if you go to a BNI meeting or a Chamber of Commerce meeting. If you're networking, the power of creating a deeper relationship, of a closer connection, of somebody who will consume your service, product, time, energy, is to be able to connect with them, and questions do that. Who's this not for? This is not for the cheesy presenter. Get them in, get them going, get them started and move on. Throw it up against the wall and see what sticks. This is not for you. I promise you, you're not going to like this if you come here and you're going to go, well, Sean will teach me how to get more people in faster. No, not with that mindset. It's not going to happen. This isn't for the taker talker. What do you mean, taker talker? I need you to get in. I want you to get in, and then yeah, I'll be there with you. This is for the person that winds up taking up somebody's time and just you don't bring them value. Don't show up on the webinar. This isn't for the get them in guy or gal. Remember, every word has energy. Oh man, I got to get 4 people in this week. This isn't going to work for you. I mean, you can come listen, but it's not going to work for you. You're not going to be arguing with me because this isn't the get them in, get them going kind of scenario. We're going to talk. It's the power of questions, I promise you. And this isn't for the ground floor guru. The what? Oh my God, we just got involved with this opportunity and it's brand new. It's on the ground floor. It's a category creator. That's all old language. That's all hypey language. This is if you like that, that's awesome. If you do, this isn't for you. Don't even register. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. What we will cover is the power of questions. The 2 things you can do to ask brilliant questions before the end of the webinar. You're going to be able to know those 2 things to be able to ask those brilliant questions. And then we're going to talk about the question system method. See, there is a method to asking questions. Everybody always says to me, my God, you ask the best questions. Well, if you've ever been involved in a dialogue with me, I could be standing here talking to you, and then this person over here starts a dialogue with me. They have the same concerns, same issues, same wants, but it's what? It's their wants and issues and concerns and versus your wants and concerns and issues. And I may ask them a totally different set of questions. It's because it's the power of being able to listen, active listening. We're going to talk about that. So first things first, questions are for what? Questions are for giving, not getting. For giving people desire, inspiring their passion, giving them hope. That's what they're for. They're for guiding, not to get lost. How many of us have ever heard that phrase? And I've used this for many years and years ago when I was in traditional sales. Dazzle them with brilliance or baffle them with what? Sometimes we ask questions to confuse the prospect. We don't do it intentionally. It happens at a subroutine, a programming that's happening at a subroutine. And it's questions are for freedom, not fear. See, if I ask you a question that puts you into fear, I've activated your amygdala. Science shows that. Science proves that. So what if you could ask questions in a way, in a desire, in a passion that allow you to show people that they can get through to the other side, right? That they don't have to be afraid of what's about to happen. That the next step they take will be in faith and confidence and not fear and despair. It's the power of questions, right? Will you do this? What happens if I ask you to do something you've never done before? Are you excited? Well, you're excited because you can picture what the future looks like. Most people, we're having an argument with their past when we have a dialogue. It didn't work for me. It didn't do this. I'm going to show you simple, proven steps that I've used over the years, that I've been taught over the years, that I want to share with you. So, questions are not cumulative. Watch this. Okay, so picture if you hear, you go to a concert and there's going to be 6 people singing, and you want to experience a beautiful concert. 6 singers, different singers come up, and every one of them was above average. They weren't spectacular. They were above average. Do you take all 6 singers and add them up to get to an amazing concert? No. Your questions are the same thing. Asking a bunch of questions to try to get somebody down a path to someplace new. Questions are not cumulative. Asking 20 questions, if they're all poor questions, doesn't give you a great presentation. Told you this is going to be kind of a tough scenario. I want people to awaken to the new possibilities of conversations that they can have with people. Your questions, they should be brilliant. They should elevate people. They should elevate the level of dialogue and the conversation. I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that. Your audience has unlimited access to what? To everything. So if they have unlimited access to everything, what are they going to, if they had a choice to pick something, what are they going to pick? They're going to pick the best. So as you go out and you have conversations and you start talking with people, you got to ask yourself, are you the best in your marketplace? Well, no, Sean, there's people who make 7-figure incomes. I didn't ask you if you made the most money. I asked you if you're the best in your marketplace. Do you, when you bring in the marketplaces, whoever's sitting across the table from you, doesn't mean the industry, doesn't mean the profession, doesn't mean your product line, your company. Your marketplace is the person who's got their eyeballs on you. Are you the best? Well, how do I know if I'm the best? Do you create distractions that are worth paying attention to? Let me say that again. Do you create enough distractions that are worth paying attention to? Or are they checking their phone? Or are they looking over here? Are they not paying? Have you caused them to disconnect or engage with their future? These are the things we're going to chat about. Does that make sense? I want to just do a couple of things with you here real quick. So that being said, this is going to be a fun conversation. And guess what? And I promise you, at the end of the conversation, at the end of the webinar tomorrow night, I'm going to, or Friday night, depending upon when you're watching this video, I'm going to be there for Q&A. I'll spend half an hour, another 45, whatever it is. Probably only be about 10 minutes because most people won't have questions because, well, maybe you will. I hope you will. If you could spend 40 hours and change your life, would you? Then why not spend 40 minutes and change tomorrow? See, these are lifelong skills. You can go through some of the posts on different things on my Facebook page, and you'll see people say, he doesn't teach me about my company. Your companies are amazing, but everything in your company is so spectacular that people want to figure out, how do I make that work for who? For me. I can give you some guidance. I'm not the best at it. I'm pretty darn good at it, but there's some amazing people out there. I'm just one song that's playing out there. And if the music resonates with you, then come on in, let's listen, let's have a conversation. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Register for the webinar down below. There's only 99 seats that are available. Now, if I wind up with a whole bunch more, then yeah, maybe I'll add some more. But right now, there's about 40, no, I just checked. There's about 59 seats already taken. You want one? Now, here's the good thing about people who register, people who get excited. Will they show up? I hope you do. Why? Because it could make a difference for you. There's not going to be a replay on this. It's just because you got to take some action. You've got to change the conversation that's happening in your head, and you're going to say, I'm going to do it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Thank you for your time. I'm Sean Murphy, creator of Mental Profits, and I'll see you where? At the next event. Make sure you like the page, like this, share this with your team, and we'll have an outstanding day. I'll see you where? At the next event. Till then, bye for now.